Hey guys, MasterofSweetness here, and another vlog of sweetness coming at you. So yeah, alright. First off, I meant to do this last vlog, but it slipped my mind because I have no scripts anymore. So yeah, I blame me. Okay. There's a local, I guess it's local, an independent film called Darkmelody that will be releasing a short independent film that's going to be released on YouTube August 17th. Yeah, August 17th. And if you want to check it out, there's a link. There will be a link to the teaser trailer as well as the Facebook page. And if you like it, of course, you like the fanbook page and the Facebook page, sorry, and the YouTube video, and to help promote it, to get it some good, coverage and whatnot, because it really deserves it. Then also, when you tweet about it, use the hashtag darkmelody, all one word. So yeah, go check that out. Yeah. Okay, secondly, recently I've been doing a lot of, well, not a lot of, since it's recent, been trying to do a lot of like video responses to vloggers, or I'll say vloggers because I'm only doing it with one other vlogger right now. But the main goal that I'm wanting to try to establish is try to get kind of a virtual conversation going. Like, sometimes people just do like one-time responses, and maybe the guy that was responded to may respond as well, but I would like to see more like back and forth type thing, and that's about as close I think we can get as far as YouTube goes. And I know there's like a lot of live blogging sites that do that, but sometimes it's kind of hard to be on at the exact same time because of work schedules and other stuff as well. So yeah, so if you see the vlogger I'm going back and forth with right now, Suavemaurice, check out his channel too. It's awesome, a lot of good stuff from that guy. And if you see a lot of interaction between us, all I ask is that you also, if you also vlog or just feel like joining in the conversation, that you also do that via video response, I guess, because that's the whole point. I mean, comments are cool and everything, but it's not really as personal as vlogging. And yeah. And yeah. Alright. Thirdly, time to on to more serious business. So, well, it's not business, it's more politics, but politics is business depending on your career. But anyway, yeah. So, alright. Yesterday, last night, I was on Facebook, and one of my friends posted a note, and let me pull up real quick here. There it goes. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but generally, the note is about how my friend here, he is fairly fed up at people taking jabs at the president or making generalizations against the members of Congress. Because, well, I mean, there are some that are bad or corrupt, true enough. But the thing that gets on his nerves and my nerves as well is that people generally generalize. I mean, that's basically human nature, I suppose. To generalize everything because it makes things easier to organize and so forth. Now, in this case, it really irritates me and my friend here and many others that I've come in contact with, is because it seems easy to blame the president for everything because, of course, he's the front man. He's the quote-unquote leader of the free world. Yet, I mean, he is not the only one that's pulling any kind of strings. I mean, people talk about the Constitution all the time in this country, and yet people forget that there's three branches of our government, and one of the most powerful, I mean, the power kind of shifts throughout our history, but generally the most power resides in the legislative branch, the Congress. And frankly, it kind of started with, well, it did start, I would believe, with Truman's "the buck stops here" thing. What I think was intended was that if you're going to blame me, if you're going to blame somebody, blame me, but it didn't mean blame only me. So, and that's what especially opposing politicians do, is if something goes on that their constituents complain about, if they were involved in some sort of way, which they're supposed to be, they, instead of taking responsibility for whatever contribution they made, they just point at the president and say it's his fault, get him out of office type thing. Now, the president does have some control over various aspects of our government, but generally it's the legislative that does all the lawmaking. That's what legislative means. So if the only aspect of the lawmaking process that the president is in charge of is whether to sign or veto a bill into law. So yeah, I mean, basically, if you're going to complain, not only try to do some research, don't just listen to the media all the time. And don't also do not listen to just the partisan rhetoric either, because they're only going to tell you half truths anyhow. So, if you're going to complain, try to do it intelligently and rationally, not just because your party says so, or because you hate the president. I mean, like my friend said in a note, so the next time you want to make a political racist, so the next time you want to make a political, racist, or uneducated joke about the president, remember he's our president. Now, regardless of your party lines, it's kind of, once a president is elected, you may not have voted for him, but once he's in office, it should be our responsibility to give him support. Not if we find something that he is doing that we disapprove of, we should be trying to think of ways to suggest to him how to improve it, not just complain that he's doing it wrong or that he should be kicked out of office without offering any suggestions of our own. And true, some that should also be should be done by the other officials that we elect, but since this is a body that's supposed to be governed by the people, it should also be our responsibility to do that as well. So yeah. Alright. To that end, especially with this this last few weeks about the debt ceiling stuff, where the Republican Party basically was threatening the American economy so they can get political points. I mean, I think that was stupid, but I think generally, I think I've come up with a couple of solutions of my own, and I urge any officials that happen upon this video to give them some attention. First, okay, you know how every year the American people pay taxes. Well, obviously the tax revenue goes to the government, and then they decide how that money goes, which way. Now, my thoughts on this is that every year when they fill out their tax forms and whatever, they should be given the power, literally the power, to decide what percentage of that tax they pay goes to whichever programs, like like education, military, all that kind of, all the different categories, and they divide up their monies that way. Because then, if everyone does that, then it will tell you exactly the exact money to the cent which programs should be funded, which departments get how much money. Now, true, the government gets other revenue from other sources, but when it comes to revenue, revenue generated from taxes, it should at least be done that way, because that way people's tax dollars actually speak for them like they're supposed to, and it will entice the upper echelons to want to pay more taxes, because then they can put more of their money towards any programs they wish the government to be funding. So, yeah, I think that's kind of a win-win. I mean, because the ironic thing about this bickering over increasing the taxes on the wealthy, generally the discussion is about personal taxes. It's not really talking about business taxes directly, which kind of, because they always say that by taxing the wealthy, you are hindering them from creating jobs. Now, since most of this tax stuff is about the individual, it doesn't really affect jobs, really. I mean, how should I put this? Oh, I think I reached my time limit. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's my time limit. Literally. Thank you, YouTube. So, yeah. I'm going to finish my thoughts on this stuff, so wait until the second part of this video.